Hey everybody, my name is Daisy Dunaway. I'm an English grad student here at JSU, and today I'm sitting here with Kaitlyn Letson, who is the recently appointed SGA President. And Kaitlyn's going to tell us a little bit about her journey to Jax State. Kaitlyn, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
So, I think the first thing I want to ask you is, what initially drew you to Jax State?
So in high school, I didn't really hear a lot about Jax State until about my junior year. There was a college fair that my high school hosted, and they had a recruitment table there. And I spoke to our local recruiter. They were super friendly, and that was kind of the first thing that drew me in. But also, they just provided such generous scholarship opportunities. As a first-generation college student, that was really appealing to me because college can be expensive sometimes, and the fact that they wanted to help out so much through those scholarships really made it appealing and really made me want to become a Gamecock.
What was the admissions process like applying to JSU? Was it pretty simple and straightforward?
Yeah, it was pretty easy. That was back when we had ACT score requirements and everything, so I sent those over, sent my transcript over, and one of the admissions counselors got back to me pretty quickly, and I was accepted. And they also offered me one of the scholarships that got me here to begin with, because, you know, coming from a more rural town and a working class family, it was definitely a necessity for me to have a scholarship to come here and further my education. But they really were friendly and welcoming and really drew me into the Jax State community.
That's awesome. So you said you're from North Alabama. What part of North Alabama?
So I am from Moulton, Alabama. It's up near, kind of near the Space and Rocket Center, the Huntsville area. It's a very rural, very small town, about 3,000 people, I believe, last time I checked. But yeah, I went to a small school, grew up on a little farm out in the middle of nowhere. Aww. And got really close to my family too, because you know, with there not being much to do in a small town, you kind of make the best with what you got. And yeah.
You're the first generation in your family to go to college. Mm-hmm. So can you tell me a little bit about that journey? Like, when did you decide that you wanted to go to university?
So from a young age, my parents were always employed in working class jobs. My dad's been an electrician for his whole life, and my mom's worked in a local hospital for her life as well, when she wasn't at home with my siblings and I. But I'm the oldest of 6, and they always told me, you know, we're not going to be able to pay for your college or anything, but we want you to go to college. So work hard in high school and get an education so that, you know, you'll have a better life than we did. And that really inspired me to kind of be a hard worker in school and earn where I was. And then it got me here. It got me a scholarship, and it provided that opportunity to not only pursue my education, but help my siblings pursue theirs as well. Which was really awesome, because I wish I would have had somebody kind of guiding me through that process, but yeah.
Yeah, so you've been able to guide them. That's awesome. So what was your life in high school like?
So I went to a small school out in the middle of nowhere, Lawrence County High School. It was very close-knit. You knew everybody, and I was really involved in high school too. I was actually in the SGA. I wasn't an elected position in high school though, I just appointed. But I was in other organizations, service organizations, honor societies, anything that I could get my hands in, I was definitely involved in. And I always made good grades and everything. I graduated summa cum laude, and then came to Jacksonville State.
Was there a particular program that made you think I really need to go here for your degree program?
Yeah. So I came here on an acceptance students day right before I went off to college and everything. And what really sold it for me was how awesome the criminal justice program was. We're ranked nationally, and going in, the teachers were, the instructors were super kind, super knowledgeable about everything they were talking about. And once I got there, I'm like, wow, this really rings true. You know, I definitely learned more than I ever expected to learn about the criminal justice system, and it really prepared me for my future career as well.
So as far as your master's program, because I know you said you're in your master's program now, what was that application like, and did you find the professors to be very helpful, the professors from your undergraduate during that transition?
My professors actually were the ones that inspired me to pursue a master's. And again, from a first generation standpoint, I didn't expect to get a bachelor's degree, let alone a master's. So it was really helpful for them to support me throughout that journey and inspire me to do that. But yeah, they definitely helped my admissions process. One of my instructors actually proofread I guess it's a cover letter for my application. But yeah, they were super awesome in that process as well.
Yeah, I had a similar experience for sure. I feel like you walk on campus and you feel the energy of just how kind everybody is, and just you want to be a part of that. That's awesome. So looking at the long term, what do you hope to do with your degree?
So after I finish my master's degree, the plan is to go to law school and become an attorney in a criminal justice area somewhere in the state, hopefully, and eventually work my way into politics from there and kind of climb that ladder until I can see how far I can get.
Maybe president, who knows?
Who knows?
So I know you said that in high school you were involved in a lot of clubs. Has that been true for you in college as well? Absolutely it has. I would not be where I am today if I didn't get involved in the organizations that I did. To kind of go through the list, of course everyone's a member of the SGA when they first come to Jacksonville State, and then I joined Freshman Forum in my freshman year. From there I joined Lambda Sigma in my sophomore year, as well as Collegiate Legislature, and those were the two that really kind of pushed me to where I am. Getting involved in Student Senate after that, joining a sorority in my junior year, and eventually becoming one of the SGA exec members last year, which led me to where I am now as SGA President. So how do you think being involved in all of those organizations has helped you stay connected to campus? And
they really just connect you to the students here and the faculty as well, because we have advisors for each one of these organizations, and you really create your own support group and people that you can kind of lean on during the challenges of college, because college is hard sometimes. Yeah, so it's really helpful to have that support system of friends who kind of understand what you're going through, and you're always able to talk to them about things, and you also develop yourself as a leader and as an academic as well, and as a person, because when you're in more organizations, you get to understand life from so many different perspectives, and it really helps you to understand the world and just how everything works and how people interact with each other. And I can go on, but it's really important to becoming a well-rounded college student and person to be involved.
Having a support network is essential for sure to thriving in college. So I'm going to ask you some fun questions. What is your favorite place to eat on campus?
That is a tough question. I would probably have to say Wow, just because their chicken tenders, I don't know what they put in them, but they're the best chicken tenders I've ever had in my whole life. And I could eat them every day for the rest of my life.
What about off campus?
Probably Baja. I love Mexican food. It's really good, and they always get your food out to you in 10 minutes. So if you're a busy college student, it's the perfect place to eat.
For sure. So favorite spot to hang out on campus?
Probably either the library or the quad, depending on the weather. If it's pretty outside, go to the quad. It's beautiful. And there's a bunch of trees and stuff and birds and the big squirrels that get into the WOW trash cans. And then the library is just a great place to grab a coffee with a friend and hang out and study, of course. But yeah.
Do you have a favorite campus tradition?
As a regular attendee of the football games, I love at the end of the football games when everybody comes together and sings the "I'll Fly Away" hymn. It's really beautiful, and to kind of hear that everybody participating, it gives me chills. I don't know.
So as far as weekends, what is your favorite thing to do on the weekends after a long week of work and school?
Well, if I'm staying in Jacksonville, definitely being outside, exploring, going to the Baines Gap Waterfall or Chimney Peak and just hanging out with my friends. Or if I'm going home, I love to see my family, catch up with all they've been doing while I've been gone, and kind of just chill out for a minute.
Yeah, so how far away is your hometown?
It's about 2.5 hours. Okay. So it's a drive, but not too bad.
Yeah, it's drivable for sure.
Yeah.
That's good. So if you had to pick 3 words to describe Jax State, what would they be?
Probably engaging. There's so many things to get involved in on campus, whether it be your degree program or the organizations, anything like that. Life-changing. It's a great place to get an education and get a degree to better yourself in the future in an accessible way. And then fun. There's always something to do around campus. There's always a club to go to, an event to attend, and the rec center to hang out at. But yeah.
Do you have like one favorite memory that stands out to you from your time at Jax State?
Yeah, so during my involvement at Jacksonville State, one of the organizations that I was in really got me out of my shell specifically, and that's collegiate legislature. During my sophomore year I joined, I was super scared of public speaking, and it really got me out of that habit. And at my 3rd year at the conference this past year, I was actually elected to be the head of that conference, the collegiate governor. So to see that kind of become full circle, as well as like our delegation winning a lot of awards and other leadership positions within it, it was really awesome to see, and it was a good look back at how far I've come because of Jacksonville State.
So do you have any advice for people who are considering coming to Jax State?
I'd say definitely follow through with it, become a Gamecock, because Jacksonville State has so many unique opportunities that other universities really just don't have, from student organizations to high-ranking degree programs. There's really something for everybody here, and it's just a great opportunity to kind of grow not only as an academic, but as a person as well.
Well, Kaitlyn, thank you so much for being here today. I'm really excited to see what you do with the SGA.
Of course, thank you for having me. This was super fun.
Be sure to follow Jax State on social media to keep up with everything that's happening across campus, and we'll see you next time. Go Gamecocks!